Hi, this is your coach Panagiota, and I would like today to discuss with you a matter super important about your performance. It's all about emotional blockage and what you do with that. I've seen a lot of people struggling with their performance and their concentrations when they want to work on their projects sometimes, and they don't understand why this happens. After we discuss a while with some of them, usually they are my clients, we realize that there is some emotional blockage that blocks them and that does not allow them to be concentrated and be ready psychologically and mentally to keep working with their project. Most of the times we are not used to accept and legalize the big influence emotions have in our life. It's not sometimes in our culture. We have not learned that, or we were not encouraged to think like emotional intelligent beings. So many times we just try to find a very specific argument, a reason, a strong, hard argument about why we don't perform well. So I've seen a lot of people struggling with these arguments. I don't know. I'm feeling overwhelmed because there are a lot of things going on in my life. I have made a lot of choices. I need to do a lot of things all at once. My scheduling is so in a mess. There are so many different things that are happening all at once, and I see a list of different excuses or pretexts that actually they give in order to justify this strange blockage. The truth is that when you have an emotional blockage and you don't treat it as an emotional blockage, it will just remain there and it will hamper your productivity, your performance, and your daily routine in life. Sometimes if it keeps staying there, it will be a great reason for you to create more stress and more anxiety in your life. And this, as you know, leads to a lower immune function in your immune system, which actually leads to probably new diseases. You are prone to have the flu or to get cold easily, to feel more tired, and who knows what else. So the very, very important thing to do there is just recognize the emotion. I know it's not so easy, so just ask for the help of an expert to help you understand and recognize the emotion. I know that it's still in the culture of us that we feel sometimes super, super embarrassed to recognize our emotions. And I've seen a lot of people feeling embarrassed when they say that they are sad or they're afraid or they're angry because they were brought up not able to express their emotions, and they were in their minds, in their lives, it was linked with a great embarrassing moment that you feel less strong, that you are not as good, as capable as somebody else, or as what your parents should expect you to be, or your teacher, or your peers, or whatever. So the first strong step that shows that you are a strong human being is actually to accept your emotion. Yes, I'm angry. Well, we do have the hardware and the software. This is our nature. That's how we are built. Hardware and software to feel angry and feel sad and feel jealous and feel disgust and feel all the human global emotions and feel happy and grateful. We were brought like that. We are born like that. This is human development. This is our nature. The way you have eyes, you have hands, you have mouth, you have nose, you have your internal organs. This is the way you have emotions and emotional intelligence that functions as well as the rest of your physiology. So it's normal and natural to feel anger. It's normal and natural to feel sadness. It's normal and natural to feel fear. These emotions were there and they started to appear in human life because they wanted to protect human life and to ensure the longevity of human life. They have a function, they have a role, they are super, super important. Now, in the modern years, they play different roles sometimes. They also, still now, they help us to survive. So in case you see a car coming with a great speed, you just know that you need to stop or change lane and just protect yourself. So fear there helps you and the great reflexes help you. And maybe you don't need to hunt or be hunted by big great animals like the Neanderthal human beings were chased by or they were chasing. But there are other dangers in the new modern urban environment. These are more theoretical or mind building fears. Will I be fired? Will my boss yell at me? Will I pay the bills? Will I get the promotion? Or what should I say to my friend when I see that my friend does not respond to my calls so many times? What if I have a fight with my spouse or with my friends? What do I do? Well, there are so many different interactions in our lives with other people and humans in general and situations. So those interactions, the environment keeps provoking and creating triggers, emotional triggers, and that's what we feel. So when you have a blockage, that means that, well, you're not isolated in the North Pole and you receive no trigger or emotional information from anybody. It means that you are inside a society, inside a group, and especially when you are working or you're doing a project, probably something from this project or something from another part of your life creates an emotion. And this emotion tells you something. Emotions are messages, messages from your inner self, your entity, your mindset that tells you something about whether you like it or you don't like it, something that you need to keep doing or that you need to change. This is their function, the role, and it's super, super important. So now you have a mind blockage. You don't know how to proceed. You procrastinate. You just do other things like overeating, oversleeping, going out all the time, or just avoiding your work or whatever. And you feel, of course, at the same time, all this blockage, and even more, you feel frustrated and angry with yourself, but you don't say that to yourself because you don't accept your emotions and you don't acknowledge that they exist. So you feel even angry with yourself for doing and repeating this destructive behavior. How can you get rid of all these things? Well, if you find it super, super difficult to acknowledge your emotions, the first thing I'm going to tell you, all with seriousness and scientific responsibility I have, is seek for an expert's help. Find a good psychologist that is going to help you find out all these emotions, understand them, and be able to use them. Because, didn't I tell you, if you understand your emotions, this becomes your super weapon. If you know what bugs you or not, if you know how to treat it, if you know how to treat the information, well, you have a super weapon in your hands, and then you know how to proceed to specific different behaviors in your life. You know how to proceed and discussing with a person. You know how to negotiate with others. You can also understand other people's feelings and emotions, and you know how to speak to them when they feel angry, when they feel sad, when they feel lonely, when they feel frustrated, and you know how to use all this information to do all the best you can for you and for the others. So this is a super weapon. And don't you want to have this super weapon? Don't you want to use it? Don't you want to create the best opportunities for yourself and for the people around you while using this fantastic super weapon that's called emotional intelligence? Of course you do. Everybody does. So what do you do with it? Well, go to the expert. Help yourself, or if you don't want to go to the expert, read at least one of the basic emotional intelligence books and start realizing how important and how easy and how socially acceptable it is to have emotions. You will not be you are not less of a human if you say that you have emotions. On the contrary, you acknowledge the fact that your nature is superhuman and you're human by saying that you have and you feel and you experience emotions. So go and seek the help of an expert and find out how to take out all these blockages. Read some books or find out even on YouTube information about it. So like this video, you will find plenty of more, and learn about emotional intelligence. It's necessary. And once you do that and you realize that you have found out what was the mind blockage, that was bugging you and was not allowing you to be performant and to be productive in your goal setting, you will understand it was just a solution that you needed to take. You were not ready to take the solution. You were afraid. The stakes were too high. The emotional stakes were too high for you, and that's why you were postponing this solution or taking action for this specific problem that you have thought that it's super important for you and for your development, your personal and professional development. So mind blockage usually has emotional blockage inside. Okay, so take it out, realize that there is an emotional blockage, and this emotional blockage blocks your performance. It actually erodes and ruins your motivation and your driver. You don't want to go to the job, to your work. You just want to run away. And that's sometimes the tendency you feel that you want to have. So do the best you can to just find what is bugging you, the emotional bug that you have. And you will see that the moment you realize it, the moment that you accept it, and the moment you just receive the message, the hidden and blocked emotion was provoking and was showing to you, you will be ready to take action and to find a very tangible solution for you and this emotion. This is amazing. This is fantastic. I've seen people transform their performance, transforming their life just because they were able to accept the emotions that were blocking them. And after that, they managed to unblock this emotion that was hidden and was actually censorized and criticized. They managed to make the best decision for themselves, and they were able to wholeheartedly support these choices and actually make great changes in their lives or in professional lives or professional steps. And that was really not only a great relief for them, but also a boost in their career and their progress. So it's super important. I will keep saying that all the time. Beware of your emotions. Beware of your emotional blockages. They're there sometimes, and we're humans, but we need to treat them, and we can treat them, and we can treat them so well that we're going to have very positive outcome out of all this. All right? So beware of that, and I hope you really treat well your emotions and you use them as your super tool. In case you want to learn more about it and how to use your emotional intelligence in your own profit and the profit of your goals, I invite you to have your free coaching session with me, Coach Panagiota. Click below the link and claim your free coaching right here, right now. Don't forget to thumbs up for this video, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one about success and about good quality of life. See you soon.